Professor, a lot of people have a lot of assumptions about focus. We usually hear industry experts and famous entrepreneurs talk about what worked for them, just like we have so far in this discussion, but people also often try to emulate those tips and tricks in their lives without attempting to understand what works for them. So for this section, I have made a little list of commonly held beliefs and other strange ideas about focus. Perhaps you could help clear some confusion around them.
That sounds like a good idea.
Alright. The first one is, are there any universal tricks which can help everyone focus more than usual?
I would not say so. There are individual differences in focus. Copying other people's timetables does not help, and can sometimes be counterproductive if your disposition is very different from the model that you are trying to emulate. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to it.
Okay. The second question is, does coffee help us focus better?
Coffee helps one stay awake due to caffeine, but has no effect on our focus levels. It has been proved that feeling sleepy will decrease brain function, and this will lead to a decrease in efficiency. It is better to work when fully awake, irrespective of coffee. Also, caffeine only has short-term effects and is not useful in case you are severely sleep-deprived.
Are you considered to be lazy if you aren't able to focus?
Although procrastination can be a symptom of lack of focus, it is neither the cause nor the effect. There can be numerous reasons that you are not able to focus, such as stress, lack of interest, lack of motivation, distractions in the environment, health, etc. Equating a lack of focus with laziness can lead to overlooking the root cause and ultimately, not being able to fix the cause.
Is focusing the same as working hard on something?
No, focus is just a state of mind, where you devote all of your energy to a single task. It is beneficial to be focused in all aspects of life to conserve energy and improve one's quality of life.
Is not being able to focus a sign that one suffers from ADHD?
It is very common to have issues related to lack of focus when we are not interested in a task or stressed. However, in most cases this does not mean that you have ADHD. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by inattention or excessive activity and impulsivity, which are otherwise not appropriate for a person's age. Most people do not have ADHD but just mild attention issues that can be overcome. If you do feel like you have ADHD, you should contact a psychiatrist or a psychologist.
Does the pressure of a deadline facilitate efficient working?
Well, there are people who respond well to deadlines, but I feel this tip simply justifies procrastination. Procrastination is never good. Start your work on time, without being pressured by the deadline. The point is to not only finish your task but to do it in the best way possible.
If you work for a very long period of time, does it mean you're focused?
No, quantity does not always mean quality. 1 hour of work beyond your capacity will easily lead to a burnout. What does productivity mean? Achieving more by doing less. You should find a strategy that helps accomplish more, not by working more, but by working more productively.
Okay, this is the last one. Does focus mean that you should be worried or constantly thinking about it?
A lot of people assume that thinking about a future task, or about your job outside of work means that you are a focused person. This is not true. Worrying over work, outside of work does not mean that you care for your job more than others and should not be confused as being focused at work.
Well, I hope that was fun, wasn't it?
I agree. I think the underlying idea that should be noted in all these questions is that everyone has different ways and methods with which they can focus. Focus is just a way in which a person can channel their energy optimally. Focus looks different on different people, and should be tailored for each individual. However, there are also some common characteristics that every focused person has. So let me pick your brains for a minute now. Suppose there are two different individuals. Person A is an energetic person. They wake up at 7 a.m., do chores in their house, go to the gym or for an early morning run before reaching the office at 10 a.m. every day. Their desk in the office is sparse and clean. They immediately get to work and do the most important tasks for the day before lunch. After lunch, they like to do lighter tasks that involve more interpersonal skills and less work on the screen. They leave the office by 6 p.m., go home, relax. Later, they might go out with friends for dinner or indulge in hobbies and sleep by 11 p.m. Person B has a more relaxed personality. They are not a morning person. They wake up at 8 or 9 a.m. and reach the office by 10. They do lighter, smaller tasks in the first hour as they are still not fully awake. Then they do a good chunk of their work before going to have lunch with their colleagues. After lunch, they try to space their strenuous work in installments of 40 minutes, after which they take 10-minute breaks where they chat with colleagues about their projects or check their phone. Their colleagues see them take at least 4 breaks after lunch. At 6, they go home and relax while doing something they enjoy. Sometimes they work out, but usually they choose to just go on long walks with a friend or their partner at night. They are a night owl and do their chores right before they sleep, sometimes as late as 1 a.m. Who do you think is more focused?
Person A's day looks ideal to me.
It's not just person A. I would say both of them are equally focused individuals. Did you notice what the common characteristics in both of these individuals are? They are both aware of their own limits and patterns of work. This has led them to strategize or plan their days in a way that suits themselves and is optimal for their own productivity. They are both disciplined in their own way. They stick to their own internal schedules and get their work done in the time limits they set for themselves. They are both also taking care of their own needs and schedules.
So both of them manage their time in a way that aligns with their energy, and they also avoid boredom, as boredom could lead to a lack of focus in both life and at work.
Exactly my point.
So with this, we have reached the conclusion of section 5. I hope we were able to answer some of the most pressing questions you might have had around focus.
The questions for this particular section are as follows.